Hello, and welcome to the November edition of District Destinations. The story starts here. I am Superintendent Dana Minogue. I have the pleasure of introducing my two co-hosts for this month, MHS seniors Maylin Hu and Lily McGuffey.
Thank you for asking us to participate.
So tell me, what kind of things are you involved in at MHS?
So I currently perform in the 7 o'clock jazz ensemble. I'm also a part of Future Problem Solvers and one of the directors on National Honor Society.
Awesome.
I participated in marching band. Recently, I did sound for an MHS play, and I was Secretary General for Mad Mun.
Excellent. That's fantastic. We're happy to have you with us as we focus on destinations, including our amazing schools, fantastic staff, and special students. So, let's get started.
MHS Theater has had a busy month that included a performance of the one-act play, The Lottery, at the Performing Arts Center on October 24th. Students in this play performed the play at sectionals and advanced to state, which takes place later this month at the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee.
And just recently, MHS Theater presented The 39 Steps, which was a comedy and mystery. One of the most amazing things about this performance had to do with the lighting by MHS senior Aiden McLeod. We recently met up with Aiden, along with MHS Theater Director Katrina Bruner and PAC Director Zane Enlow, to talk about Aiden's lighting project.
So the play we did this fall was The 39 Steps. It's like a spy story that takes place in 1930s Great Britain. And my role in that was the lighting design. So I created like the looks and feels that went along with each scene, kind of like guiding the audience where to look and what to pay attention to. So a big part was making sure we land those little comedic bits, because it's a very comedic show with like lots of little gestures from the actors, and so we wanted to make sure like the lighting kind of guided that along smoothly. And the first thing, about like a month out from opening, I'll usually get a copy of the script, and with a lot of times it's in like our own hands to kind of take what we get from the script and interpret that in our own way.
Aiden McLeod is one of our kind of star tech kids down in the theater department. He's focused specifically on lighting as his main focus, but has taken a real interest in projection mapping and kind of overall production design.
In this show there was a shadow play, so I knew that somehow we were going to need to bring a light on and backlight. That was one of our challenges in this show, is figuring out how we can bring on a light very fast and then get it out very fast. What we ended up doing was actually having a pipe from above stage fly in the dark, and then the light would turn on and it would fly out very fast.
It's really great to include students, especially students like Aiden, who really embrace the process of collaboration.
My favorite part of doing this has always been like the audience reaction of like, wow, how did they do that? If I can make that wow factor, whether it's professional theater or concerts, something like that, I'd love to do that.
Flag football may not be the first thing that comes to mind for a recess game with all of the snow and cold temperatures we have had recently, but students at West Middleton are all about flag football these days.
West Middleton School psychologist Mr. Charlie Wilder has developed a structured recess program for students that is teaching more than agility. Check it out.
Shut them all compliments we can give while we play flag football. Shut them all.
So here at West Middleton, we do some structured recess games, and it has multiple different benefits. One is that it allows us to have fun and build relationships with the students. It allows us to actively supervise and be able to proactively problem solve with students. And lastly, it allows students to practice some of the different skills that we teach them in the social emotional learning curriculum. The kids absolutely love participating in the games at recess. And we've also seen a significant decrease in our office discipline referrals out on the recess playground.
Wolverines on three, Wolverines on me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wolverines!
American Education Week takes place November 18th through the 22nd. You might wonder how this all began. In 1919, multiple organizations met to determine ways to general public support for education.
The first American Education Week took place in 1921, and the U.S. Office of Education joined the effort a year later. This is a great opportunity to celebrate public education and honor these individuals who make a difference in the lives of children.
I want to publicly recognize all of our educators. We have so many things to be grateful for, and our educators work tirelessly to inspire, empower, and educate our students. No matter what your job entails, we are all educators in this district, and we are grateful for you. Please take time during the week to thank your child's or children's teachers, support staff, paraeducators, principals, administrative assistants, bus drivers, food service staff, and custodians for all that they do.
Great things are happening at Clark Street Community School. We had a chance to see what they've been up to by attending their ever-popular exhibition night. Take a look.
Hi there, we're at exhibition night at Clark Street Community School, and for the last term, 9 weeks, students have been working on projects and learning lots of interesting and innovative things. And tonight is the night that we open the school to the public so that they can come and see what our students have been doing. So here in the Commons we have Clark Street Market, which is lots of things, products that have been inspired by the Clark Street Garden. And if you go around the school, you'll see lots of other wonderful things that students have been working on for the last term, the last 9 weeks.
We are Union Soup Company, and over the process of 9 weeks, we have been crafting and gathering feedback on our soup to try and make it the best we can. Today we have potato leek soup, cream of potato, and kale sausage soup.
We come up with an idea and we propose a business idea. So then we deal with like logos and then like supplies, and we get all of like budgeting, and we do all of that for our little business. And then we sell it and show it off on exhibition night.
These are actually a continuation of my last year's project, which was under Turtle Sunday. And instead of doing the pencil and marker drawings, I did watercolor drawings. Some of these actually have ink pen and some pencil mixed into it.
So I am selling dilly beans and pickles and dilly carrots. And I grew all of the ingredients in the garden except stuff for the brine. And all the brine is the same. We grew more dilly beans, so I have a lot of those, and those are a favorite of people's around here.
And Ian, we have to say, your dilly beans are delicious.
The Internal Attendance Boundary Committee met for the 13th time on November 6th and has one more meeting scheduled on November 20th.
The committee voted to forward 2 options for elementary boundaries for consideration to the Board of Education. The school board is expected to discuss the options at its first meeting in December and possibly vote on which option will be implemented for the 2020-21 school year later in the month.
Is it true that the committee looked at more than 20 possible options to elementary boundaries?
Yes, Lily, that's correct. The 20+ members of the committee did an incredible job. They did their due diligence and considered a number of potential options. They also wanted to make sure that all of the neighborhoods, particularly those that might not otherwise reach out to the district, potentially impacted by the boundary changes, were heard. We are grateful for the many hours the members put into this process.
What will happen with the middle school boundaries?
The committee looked at potential scenarios for middle school boundaries in October. Now that the elementary options have been narrowed, they will spend their next meeting deciding what to recommend as far as those boundaries.
Do you have a message for those families who may be impacted by the changes?
We know the vast majority of our families love their school their child currently attends. We also know that we have great schools, and the students and families who do change schools will have a great experience in their new environment. We will make sure those transitions are as smooth and seamless as possible.
It's been another great few weeks for our MHS fall athletic teams.
The boys cross country team won the WIAA Division I state championship in Wisconsin Rapids. It was the Cardinals' second state title in 3 years. MHS took second in 2018.
The girls cross country team finished 4th in Division I, led by sophomore Lauren Ponsgrow, who finished 2nd individually.
The boys volleyball team advanced to sectional finals where it lost in 5 sets to Kettle Moraine. The Cardinals were ranked as high as 4th in the state this year. Senior Parker Van Buren was named the Big 8 Player of the Year and is expected to be named first team All-State later this month.
The football team tied for second in the Big 8 and beat Madison-La Follette in the WIAA Division I first-round playoff game before falling to Madison Memorial.
The girls swimming and diving team finished second at the Big 8 meet and also took second at a WIAA Division I sectional on November 9th. The Cardinals will attempt to win state for the 4th time in a row on Saturday, November 18th at the UW Natatorium.
And our winter sports teams are getting started right now, and we really wish them a super successful season. In other highlights, the district had 5 schools significantly exceed expectations and 4 others exceed expectations on the Wisconsin School Report Cards that were released this month.
The MHS Model United Nations Club hosted the 10th annual Madison Area Model UN Conference at Cromery on November 2nd, and nearly 300 area high school students attended.
And more than 50 MHS DECA members participated in the UW Whitewater Mini Conference on Saturday, November 9th.
The MHS 7 o'clock Jazz Band performed at the UW Whitewater Jazz Night on November 9th with Lincoln Center Orchestra trumpeter Kenny Rampton.
I had the opportunity to participate in a groundbreaking ceremony in late October for a new solar array partnership involving the district, the City of Madison, and Madison Gas and Electric. The solar array is estimated to save the district nearly $30,000 in its first year and more than $1 million by 2048. There is no cost to the district.
Lily and I won't be here, hopefully, but the school board recently approved the 2020-21 school calendar. School will start on Tuesday, September 1st and end on Friday, June 4th. Spring break will also be a week later than usual.
That wraps up the 3rd edition of District Destinations.
Thanks so much for letting us participate.
I'm thrilled you joined me on the show. Good luck with senior year. Tune in next time and join me as we explore our next district destinations.